Imagine this. Justin is instructed by Hailey Bieber to remove all traces of Selena Gomez from his life, including pictures, memories, and even subtle allusions in his songs. And Justin says no outright. A series of events are triggered by that one. Word. The rejection goes beyond a personal disagreement. It turns into a public spectacle that enthralls its admirers everywhere. What begins as rumors from old interview videos and social media posts quickly grows into a drama that cannot be ignored. According to reports, Hailey wanted to remove all trace of Selena, even the emotional Instagram photos and the inventive references in Justin's songs. However, Justin refused to back down. This was no little quarrel. It became a focal point for conjecture on control, loyalty, and the specters of a past romance. The problem is made much more complicated by the past interactions between these three. A 2013 tweet from Hailey in which she talked like a complete fangirl about Justin and Selena as a couple reappeared years ago. Supporters saw it as evidence that she previously admired them, and the jokes about Hailey living under Selena's shadow were almost self-evident. Then there were allegations that Hailey had plagiarized Selena, including a nearly exact speech she had given that so closely resembled Selena's comments that it led to spooky internet stalker charges. These occurrences gradually created a plot in which Hailey kept returning to Selena, making her stated need to remove previous pictures look like the culmination of long-simmering uneasiness. Fans responded differently to Justin's response. No, for them, it went beyond simply preserving a few photos. It has to do with not erasing a part of his existence. Selena was more than simply her ex. She played a role in his career, music, and personal development. He is who he is because of those recollections, and it would be like rewriting history if they were removed. This opposition seemed to be an act of self-loyalty to the reality of his history. And the stress became even more because everything was taking place in the public view. That was ensured by the internet. When Selena and Selena unfollowed one another on Instagram in June of last year, it sent their fan bases into a frenzy. It was seen as the definitive proof that things were broken rather than merely awkward. Hailey's crew had to deny that she loved a TikTok that disparaged Selena at about the same time. Despite the denial, the rumor persisted. Many others thought she had made fun of Selena, which strengthened the notion that she couldn't let go of their feud. These brief online exchanges served as fuel, causing many people to assume that Hailey's demand that old pictures be removed was simply the latest glaring development in an ongoing quarrel. Debates become heated, and fans are split. Supporters of Justin think such images are an integral part of his work and biography, and they shouldn't be removed due to a marriage. They view his reluctance as an indication of his moral character. Hailey's detractors contend that the entire situation reveals her insecurities and that she is attempting to exert control over an impossible task. Brutal remarks are common on social media. She is either a copycat or she never refutes the stalker charges. Conversely, Hailey's supporters contend that since she is Justin's wife, she ought to be able to establish limits, and that it could offend her to have the pictures kept. Selena, meanwhile, can gain without saying a word. Her exposure soars. Old videos reappear, her music streaming soars, and fans get together to support her once more whenever her name becomes popular due to this turmoil. It's difficult to overlook the irony. The reverse is happening if Hailey's intention is to eradicate Selena. Selena's presence intensifies as she exerts greater pressure. Beyond the rumors, though, the issue may really have an impact on all three. Keeping Selena's memories alive might overshadow Justin's recent efforts and cause others to wonder if he has really moved on, given that her road brand mostly depends on projecting an air of easy confidence. Hailey runs the danger of undermining her polished public image, even if only subtly. Selena's name remaining associated with Justin's might prevent her from completely advancing in the public eye, particularly while she concentrates on her connection. With Benny blank, seldom does the audience let go of the past. Thus, Hailey's attempt to do away with it could only make it stronger. Theories on the internet continue to proliferate. Some believe that Hailey's inability to understand that Justin's past with Selena is off bounds is simply unresolved jealousy. Others believe it's staged drama and planned PR to maintain their names at the top of feeds and headlines. There are also others who maintain that Selena benefits the most. She has been at the center of a love triangle that has been in the headlines for more than 10 years because of every TikTok, every news article, and every Instagram remark. Whatever the cause, one thing is for sure. Fans regard it like a real-life soap opera that they can't stop watching. And they are riveted to every action. There are several convoluted possible courses for the problem, each with potential consequences. If Justin chooses to leave the pictures in their current location, he could have to cope with persistent conflict at home. Fans who respect integrity, however, will perceive him as someone who doesn't alter his past for show. Some people could see Hailey is vulnerable and empathetic if she decides to take things a step further with a sincere public statement, a well-planned interview, or even leaked private communications. However, she attempted to control the story by portraying herself as the one stoking the fires. Additionally, Selena herself is an unexpected influence. She could change the plot in a way no one anticipates if she speaks up, whether to diffuse the situation or just to get attention. At the moment, it seems like a hurricane with no end in sight, with each action sending shockwaves across the fanbase. This drama has spread beyond gossip websites. It has permeated the domains of branding and business. Clean aesthetics and easygoing elegance are the cornerstones of Hailey's business. However, the internet doesn't respect borders. And every viral video that associates her with Selena erodes that perception. Sometimes, comments on Rhodes' social media postings are completely unrelated to skincare. However, they immediately reintroduce her into the conflict. This is more than a brief PR blip. Customers' faith in the brand might be damaged. It is difficult to dispel the perception that a business owner is insecure or obsessed. What started out as a private desire between spouses swiftly devolved into professional shambles, endangering a business that mostly relies on public opinion. Justin has also been in the limelight. His reluctance to remove previous reminders of Selena has sparked conjecture about whether he has truly moved on, or if those memories still haunt him. Every interview is scrutinized for indications of hesitancy or desire, and commentators pore over the lyrics of his songs, looking for hints of subtle allusions. Online discussions over whether his art is still impacted by a relationship that ended years ago might start with a casual performance. What he perceives as adhering to his own history is turned into a public trial on his maturity and emotional fidelity. Selena's quietness, however, has been a potent act of her own. Her unwillingness to participate is interpreted by her admirers as an indication of poise and restraint. They see her serene demeanor as evidence that she has moved on and found happiness. With Benny Blanco, by contrasting it with the obvious tension on the Bieber side, her greatest asset now is her calmness, which helps her stand out from the commotion and still gain from the increased attention. Rather than disappearing from the story, he has become more prominent. Streaming charts give old music fresh life as old interview snippets resurface. Her fan following becomes increasingly defensive. Hailey's stated wish to lessen her presence has further strengthened Selena's standing as the main character in the narrative. One may speculate endlessly about what will happen next. According to some predictions, Hailey will make a public speech that aims to change perceptions back in her favor. However, there is a significant risk of reaction because fans are prepared to analyze every word. Some people think Justin would plan an extremely prominent event involving Hailey. Maybe a romantic public appearance was intended to demonstrate solidarity. though. Even real exhibitions might be labeled as contrived in this day of internet skepticism. The wild card is the next one. Selena breaks. Her quiet, her forthright remark had the potential to either put out the fire or cause it to explode up in her face. The crowd are using it as their own form of entertainment. In the interim, TikTok producers use reenactments to dramatize the story. YouTubers dissect every clue and hint. Additionally, Instagram fan accounts record every exchange. Much like scorekeepers do during a championship game, not everyone is merely following the plot. They are handling it as though it were a television show with episodes, cliffhangers, and narrative twists. They examine body language from previous videos, compare clothing from different years, treat every follow or unfollow as though it were concrete evidence in a court of law. The stakes are higher than just the outcome of the public opinion contest. Hailey runs the danger of alienating casual followers who could perceive her actions as domineering or compulsive. In addition to losing those who have long favored Selena, Justin runs the danger of coming out as unsure, torn between valuing his past and putting his current relationship first. Additionally, Selena maintains her reputation as the most composed of the three without doing anything, which only serves to enhance her public persona. People are left wondering because of the imbalance. Is Justin's rejection motivated by residual emotions or by principles? Was Hailey's request an indication that she had reached her breaking point or just a basic boundary? Long after the initial tragedy, the drama is maintained by these queries. The future is still very much up in the air as this chapter comes to an end. Will Justin and Hailey publicly demonstrate their support for one another? Will Hailey ever be able to completely distance herself from Selena comparisons? Or will she always be followed by that shadow? Will Selena continue to benefit from her silence? Or will she realize it's time to speak up and take control of the story? This isn't over. That much is certain. Every remark, every repost, every small online gesture, it's changing, redefining itself. Additionally, the audience will continue to watch as long as it changes, anticipating the next spark that will transform the entire situation into a brand new attention-grabbing event.